We are coming to the end of our Lenten season, and good day to all. This Lenten season is full of hope because we see that Easter is at the horizon and that Easter is going to bring us new life. Easter is the opportunity of new life for many parishes as we will experience new baptized people, adults especially, who will be received in the church, baptized and received. Now these baptized people are pursuing their goal of life, and as they are baptized, they will receive three main callings. And the three of the main callings is to be a priest, a prophet, and a king. A priest is the one that carries the prayers of others, so we are called to carry the prayers of one another in our everyday lives. The king is the one who is there ready to wash the feet of other people, to be humble, to be the one who serves. And the prophet is the one who stands for what is just. We often think of the prophet, the one who sees in the future, but the prophet is the one who stands for what is right and just. That's what we say at Mass. It is truly right and just. But it all has to be done in mercy. The justice we exercise and the love we want to bring has to be exercised in mercy. So the newly baptized will receive the gifts on the eve and the vigil of Easter, and it is a great event for them as they realize that now their mentor, their model, yes, mainly their mentor, I would say, for life is Christ. Christ comes and is our mentor, but he wants us to take up his mission, bringing his mission to the world. The sacrament is therefore an event, but an event that puts something in our lives in movement. This event is a beginning of new life as Christ is our mentor and as we walk through life. So as we become member of the church, and we become member of our society, we continue to be a member of our societies, we are called to bring change. Change is very challenging because we are afraid of it. So the baptized is called to keep his feet on the ground, keeping his rubber on the road, so that he keeps in this movement, this dynamic movement of love towards our fellow people, and doing this always in the light of mercy. We may say, well, how are we going to do this? How is that new baptized person going to do it? The person is going to do it with the help of Christ. We can be overwhelmed by what is happening in our world of today and how we are called to change that world, to transform our society, transform our attitudes and our lives so that they can be Christ-like in all that we do. And so we are clothing ourselves with a new garment. We are clothing ourselves with a new way of life. And we have already been baptized before. We are also reclothing ourselves so that we may be Christ-like in what we do. Now we may be overwhelmed, it is true. But the mission of Christ is only possible if we are united with him through a community. When you are baptized into a family. And so it becomes a family affair. It becomes a family movement, a family commitment to helping to change the world. We know how in our world there's a lot of violence. Even looking at Christ's death, violence in his life, violence in the world we live in. There's also a lot of racism. There's a lot of hatred. There's a lot of bullying. And these are topics we talk in every aspect of our life. A new film is coming out actually against bullying. And that's very important for us to realize that we are called to change. Now, we could put our heads in the sand, but we only can keep it in the sand for a certain time. We'll have to take it out and face that reality. And if I don't change the things, who's going to change it? So that's why we need the support of others. We have to do this as a family. We have to do this together. It's a togetherness that is very important for us to understand. So these people who are becoming baptized are becoming a member of the church, but that church is a community. And that mission that we are doing is the one of Christ. Christ's mission is that is what we continue to do. And that's what we are trying to do. A couple of weeks ago, I was in Los Angeles for the LA conference, we call it. And there I was meeting a lot of people. Now, meeting people is always a challenge. We're always afraid. We're always afraid of what the person going to do, because I think sometimes we walk around as if we are in an armed vehicle, going around to defend ourselves, or we think that everybody is out there to get us. And so we are in this kind of situation whereby we are all armed and we are just ready to fight if the other person is ready to fight. Well, I heard a beautiful story of a culture in our world that when they give a gift, they put it on the ground. They put the gift in front of you on the ground. And why do you suppose he does that? If you want to accept the gift, you have to disarm yourself to get down to receive it. All our armaments and things like that of the olden days, if they wanted to bend down to receive a gift from somebody of that culture, they had to throw out that spear, throw out those arrows, get rid of everything so that they could come down and receive the gift with open hands. We are given the gift of love. We are called for people to disarm themselves. So as I was walking around in Los Angeles, I was smiling around to other people. And we know how the expression said, if you smile, the world will smile with you. That is so true. They look back at you and smile, and then you say hello, and you start a conversation. It's as if I'm disarming myself to disarm the other one so that we can enter into a conversation. For life is making conversations with other people so that we can encounter one another and build all what is missing in our world, this act of wanting to be together and joyfully being together as a family and as a community. So this is very important for us to understand. We have a mission to go out. Anybody who has a love that is conditional is not love. Love is unconditional. Love is what makes us go out to the others to receive them in our lives. We cannot receive if we are armed, if we are protecting, if we are defending, if we are full of fear. No, we have to get rid of that so that we can give out. Give out with our hands, give out with our hearts, opening our lives to them. And, well, once we start that, we sort of lose the energy of it, so we have to re-energize ourselves. We have to recharge ourselves. And what is the best place and the best prayer we can do is celebrate the Eucharist as a community. As a community coming together to re-energize ourselves. So as a community, we may go out and bring that mission to the world. If we're going to just do it as individuals, we may feel it's overwhelming. But if we do it together as a community, not all being holding hand in hand and doing it. No, everybody going out to the different areas, spreading like the salt of the earth, spreading like the light. And every time we meet for the Eucharist, we come back together to rediscover that light, to re-energize our batteries, if we want to put it that way, to reinforce our calling of going out to others. To be that prophet, our life must be a question mark to others. Our community must be a witness of something that brings us to look beyond. For we have a mission that is there to change the world and to keep our eyes on the horizon that's above us, not looking to the ground, just looking at today. So this is the whole thing of the prophetic aspect of our church, which is called to go out and meet and to change. And this can be done together. This can be done individually, attached to a community, to which we belong so that we can find that energy to continue doing it. And it's not our mission. It's not our mission. It's Christ's mission. And he wanted to be prophetic. He wanted to stand for what is true and just in mercy. So in the night of his resurrection, he appears to the apostles who are full of fear. We are in the same situation. We are full of fear. And he gives them the gift of peace. Peace of mind, peace of heart, peace of love. And says, as I was called by the Father to come to this world, I am calling you to go out to that world and bring that message needed so much in our world of today. And then we are doing it by bringing forgiveness, reconciliation, by bringing mercy, by bringing forgiveness, by bringing joy. Joy is the message, the bottom line of our faith, the bottom line of showing that we are people committed to that faith, believing that Christ is there with us so that we can go out and bring joyfully this message of God's love for each and one of us unconditionally. Thank you very much.